Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Easy Talk English. I'm Sarah, your host, and today we have a very special guest, Alex.
Hi, Sarah. Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be here today.
We're excited too. So, today's topic is daily routines, how we spend our day from morning to night. And along the way, we'll share some English tips, vocabulary, and phrases for learners.
Yes, and I'll also tell funny stories and mini dialogues from my daily life.
Let's start from the morning. Sarah, what's the first thing you do when you wake up?
Mm, I usually wake up around 7 a.m. The first thing I do is stretch. Stretching helps wake up my body and mind slowly.
Vocabulary tip: stretching, moving your body slowly to relax your muscles. Example: I like stretching every morning before breakfast. That's good. I wake up around 6:30 a.m., but I spend the first 10 minutes just checking my phone, emails, messages, and social media.
That's very common. After stretching, I brush my teeth and wash my face. Then I like to stand by the window and enjoy the morning sunlight. Birds are singing, it's peaceful, and I take a deep breath.
I love that. Watching the sunrise is very calming.
Breakfast is my favorite part of the morning. I usually eat oatmeal with fruits and drink green tea.
Vocabulary tip: oatmeal, a healthy breakfast made from oats cooked in water or milk. Example: I eat oatmeal with bananas every morning.
Phrasal verb, fuel up. To eat or drink to get energy. Example, I fuel up with breakfast before work.
I usually have eggs and toast. And coffee, of course. Coffee is my energy booster.
I prefer tea. Once I tried coffee in the morning and I couldn't sleep the next night.
One morning, I forgot my coffee. I was so sleepy, I almost poured cereal into my coffee mug instead of milk.
Oh no, that's funny. That's why a good morning routine is important.
After breakfast, do you go for a walk or start work immediately?
I like a short walk, maybe 20 to 30 minutes. Once I saw a tiny kitten on my way. It was so cute I stopped for 10 minutes just to play with it.
Oh, that's adorable. I usually start work right after breakfast. I check emails, make a to-do list, and plan my day. Vocabulary tip: to-do list, a list of tasks you plan to complete. Example: I made a to-do list to finish my homework.
Phrasal verb, check off, to mark a task as done. Example, I checked off 3 tasks from my to-do list this morning.
Planning helps me stay organized, and sometimes I have virtual meetings in the morning.
Do you like meetings?
Not really, but necessary. Once, my internet went down during an important meeting.
Oh no, what did you do?
I had to call from my phone and pretend everything was fine.
Vocabulary tip, pretend, to act like something is true. Example, I pretended I was okay, even though I was nervous.
So, after meetings, what's your usual work routine?
I usually work on creative tasks like writing or designing. For example, yesterday I wrote a short story about a cat exploring the city. It was funny and relaxing.
Vocabulary tip: creative tasks, activities that use imagination. Example: painting is one of my creative tasks. I like that. I usually start with planning my day and doing my most important tasks first.
Yes, prioritizing tasks helps a lot. Phrasal verb, focus on, to give your attention to something. Example, I focus on my homework before watching TV.
So, Sarah, after your morning walk and starting work, what do you usually do in the late morning? Well, I usually have a small snack around 10:30 or 11 a.m. Sometimes it's fruits like bananas or apples, and sometimes nuts. Snack. A small amount of food eaten between meals. I eat a healthy snack in the morning to keep my energy. Grab a bite. To eat something quickly. I usually grab a bite before my meeting. I do the same. Sometimes I grab a quick yogurt or a piece of toast. Once I grabbed a cookie. It wasn't very healthy, but it made me happy. That happens to everyone. Late mornings are also good for small errands or household tasks. Yesterday, I spent 15 minutes watering my plants. Errands. Small tasks outside your home, like shopping or paying bills. I run a few errands in the late morning. Run errands. To go out to complete tasks. I ran some errands before lunch. One day, I was watering the plants and the little kitten I told you about before followed me outside. It jumped on a flower pot and made a big mess. I couldn't stop laughing, but I had to clean up. Oh no, that's funny. I once dropped my coffee on my laptop. I had to rush to dry it and hope nothing was damaged. After late morning, around 11:30 or 12 p.m., do you continue work or take a short break? I usually continue work, but I make sure to focus on one task at a time. Multitasking can sometimes slow me down. Multitasking, doing multiple tasks at the same time. I try not to multitask because it reduces my focus. Wrap up, to finish something. I wrap up my morning work before lunch. Yes, I do the same. I try to wrap up my morning work so that my afternoon feels lighter. Sometimes I have online classes in the late morning. Oh, like English lessons? Yes, and sometimes students ask tricky questions. Once, someone asked me to explain a phrasal verb I hadn't thought of. I had to think quickly. Think quickly. To make decisions or respond fast. I had to think quickly when the teacher asked a question. Tricky. Difficult to understand or do. This question is tricky, but I will try my best. Ah, yes, lunchtime. What's your usual lunch, Sarah? Lunch is usually around 1 p.m. I like light meals like rice with vegetables, salad with chicken, or sometimes sandwiches. Light meal. A meal that is easy to digest and not heavy. I prefer a light meal before going for a walk. Dig in. To start eating. Lunch is ready, let's dig in. Nice. I usually cook something quick or heat leftovers, and sometimes I watch a short video while eating. Yesterday, I tried a new salad recipe with avocado, tomatoes, and a bit of lemon. I was a bit nervous because I'd never made it before, but it turned out really tasty. Turn out. To happen or end in a certain way. The cake turned out delicious even though it was my first time baking it. I love trying new recipes too, but sometimes I accidentally add too much salt or sugar. Cooking is always an adventure. After lunch, the afternoon can be a bit sleepy. How do you stay focused? I take a short walk or drink green tea. I also make a plan for my afternoon tasks. Plan. To decide what to do in advance. I plan my afternoon tasks to be more productive. Keep up with. To stay at the same level as something. I try to keep up with my work after lunch. Sometimes I listen to soft music while working. It keeps me focused and relaxed. One afternoon, I was typing a report and my cat jumped on my keyboard. Everything went wrong, but I couldn't stop laughing. Pets can be very funny during work. I had a similar experience with my little kitten playing with my papers. So, in the afternoon, we usually continue work or study, take short breaks, try to stay focused, maybe enjoy snacks or tea. Yes, and small stories and little funny moments make the day enjoyable. So, Sarah, after a long afternoon of work, what's your favorite thing to do in the evening? Evenings are my relaxation time. Sometimes I watch TV shows, sometimes I read a book, and sometimes I do yoga or meditation. Relaxation, time to rest and feel calm. Evening walks are my relaxation time. Wind down, to relax after a busy day. I like to wind down by listening to music. I love winding down too. Once I tried painting in the evening. It was relaxing but messy. One evening, I decided to try watercolor painting. I spilled some paint on my desk, but it looked like a little rainbow. I laughed and kept painting. That's so funny. I once tried knitting in the evening. I accidentally made a scarf with one very long loop and couldn't fix it. Knitting, making fabric by looping yarn with needles. I'm learning knitting in my free time. Mess up, to make a mistake or do something incorrectly. I messed up my painting, but it was still fun. Do you do any exercise in the evening? Yes, I usually do yoga or a short home workout for 20 to 30 minutes. It helps me feel calm and healthy. Workout, physical exercise done to stay healthy. I do a 30-minute workout in the evening. Cool down, to relax after exercise. After running, I cool down with stretching. I sometimes go for a light walk outside. One evening, I saw the sunset reflecting on the water. It was so beautiful, I stopped for 5 minutes just to enjoy it. Once, while jogging, I ran into a neighbor walking her dog. The dog was very friendly and kept running around me. Laugh, it made my exercise fun and unexpected. Now let's talk about dinner. Sarah, what's your usual dinner like? Dinner is usually around 7 p.m. I like something hearty like rice with vegetables, grilled chicken, or pasta. Hearty meal, a meal that is filling and satisfying. I love a hearty meal after a busy day. Sit down to start eating. We sit down to dinner at 7 p.m. every day. I usually cook dinner while listening to music. One time I tried a new pasta recipe. It was a bit spicy but very tasty. Yesterday, my little brother tried to make spaghetti himself. He added sugar instead of salt. We all laughed, but the pasta was not great. Cooking is always an adventure, and dinner is also a time to chat with family or friends. Sharing stories make the day special. After dinner, do you do any chores or clean up? Yes, I usually wash dishes and tidy up the kitchen. I also like to reflect on my day while doing light chores. Reflect, to think carefully about something. I reflect on my day before going to bed. Tidy up, to clean or organize. I tidy up my room every evening. I do the same. Reflection is important. I think about what went well and what I can improve tomorrow. One evening, I reflected on a mistake I made at work. Instead of stressing, I wrote a plan to fix it tomorrow. It felt much better. So, Sarah, what's your night routine before going to bed? I usually relax, maybe watch a short show or read a book. Then I do a bit of meditation or breathing exercises to calm my mind. I go to bed around 10:30 p.m. Meditation, practice to focus your mind and feel calm. I do 5 minutes of meditation before sleeping. Turn in, to go to bed. I usually turn in around 10 p.m. I try to sleep by 11 p.m. Sometimes I read on my phone before sleeping, stories, articles, or English lessons. Do you ever have trouble sleeping? Sometimes, especially if I drink coffee too late or think too much. I listen to soft music or nature sounds. It helps me fall asleep faster. Fall asleep, to start sleeping. I usually fall asleep within 10 minutes of meditation. Doze off, to fall asleep slowly, often unintentionally. I dozed off while reading a book last night. Before we finish, let's share some night tips for English learners. Yes, at night you can review new words you learned today, listen to an English podcast or story, and practice speaking softly to yourself before sleeping. Exactly. Even 10 minutes of English practice before bed helps a lot. I remember one night I read a short English story before bed. I remembered 5 new words and used them the next morning in my work email. Review. To look over something again. I review my vocabulary every night. Brush up on something. To practice or improve a skill. I brush up on my English before sleeping.
Sarah, do you have any funny or interesting stories from your daily routine that you'd like to share?
Oh, yes. One morning, I was rushing to work and accidentally wore two different shoes. I didn't notice until my colleague pointed it out.
That's hilarious. I remember once I tried to cook pasta while answering emails. I accidentally added sugar instead of salt.
Cooking and multitasking can be dangerous, but these little mistakes make life fun and memorable.
Hi, can I have a latte, please?
Sure, would you like it hot or iced?
Hot, please, and a small croissant.
Great, that will be $6.
Thanks. Excuse me, can you tell me the way to the library?
Sure, go straight, then turn left at the traffic light. It's next to the park.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Sarah, do you have tips for our viewers to make their daily routine more productive?
Yes, here are some tips. Plan your day in the morning. It helps you stay organized. Take short breaks. It keeps your mind fresh. Include fun activities like hobbies or short walks. Reflect at night. Think about what went well and what can improve. Learn English in small steps. Read, speak, or listen to something new every day.
Reflect. To think carefully about something. I reflect on my day before going to bed.
Let's go over some extra vocabulary and phrases from today's routine.
Fuel up. To eat or drink to get energy. I fuel up with breakfast before work.
Wind down. To relax after a busy day. I wind down by listening to music in the evening.
Doze off. To fall asleep slowly. I dozed off while reading a story last night.
Mess up. To make a mistake. I messed up my painting, but it was still fun.
Grab a bite. To eat quickly. I grabbed a bite before my meeting.
Turn in. To go to bed. I usually turn in at 10:30 p.m.
Check in on. To look at something to see what's happening. I check in on my emails every morning.
Think quickly. To make decisions fast. I had to think quickly when asked a tricky question.
So, Alex, after talking about our routines, I realized that small stories and little moments make a big difference. Even mistakes, funny events, or small joys help us learn and enjoy life.
Absolutely, Sarah. And for English learners, including language practice in your daily routine makes a huge difference too. Small steps every day lead to big improvements.
Yes, don't stress about perfection. Make it fun and consistent. Even 10 to 15 minutes of speaking, reading, or listening every day helps a lot.
Remember, small changes matter.
Yes, every little step counts.
Keep going and enjoy the journey.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Sarah.
Thank you, Alex. I had so much fun sharing my day and English tips.
And thank you everyone for watching Easy Talk English. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe.
Practice a little every day, laugh a lot, and make your daily routine productive and enjoyable.
See you in the next video. Happy learning!